stat sheet, and I think it's a heck of a ball game. And yet, you know, there's really no substitute. I guess the object's putting that round ball in the basket, and you know, we're number 2 in the Big Ten in field goal percentage. And tonight was one of those nights. And you know, 14 assists, 8 turnovers, 20 offensive rebounds against the Tom Izzo team. I'll take that every night. And yet, could make a basket, could make a shot. I liked our shots. I liked where we were at. Tough night for Kofi. He'll bounce back. But, you know, it was a night that, you know, Cassius does what Cassius does and was terrific. And then we let Xavier have a big night. But, and I was really impressed with Bingham and the job he did on both ends of the court in terms of creating space. I thought his rebounding was important. He blocked one of Kofi's shots early. His length was a factor.
Coach, over your left, I'm going to walk you gingerly here. I know you have to be careful, but the last play of the first half, did you get any explanation on they called your guy for the foul on that half-court shot?
No. I got a 24-hour moratorium before I can call the league office and ask about that. But you know, I've always assumed that when you shoot, you have to land in the same spot that you come down in, and if not, there's an opportunity to take a charge. But anyway.
Right here, Coach. Just a year ago, you had a really hard-fought game with your team against the Michigan State team that had lottery picks and things like that. What do you think was the difference between last season and this season?
We made shots. You know, I mean, it's hard to compare one game to the next because of, you know, it's a different vibe, it's a different feel, and I liked our looks, and you know, I thought Cassius was tremendous early, and obviously coming back off a game he didn't play, but you know, I think it's a 4 or 5 point, 6 point game, you know, and there's a 3-minute segment where it goes 15-3 run, and that's the ball game, and you can't do that on the road in terms of not make shots consistently. You know, I want to tell my guys, well, offensive rebound and go get them. Well, we got 20 of them, and you know, that's why we're one of the top rebounding teams in the country. And yeah, we didn't make those. We didn't make free throws. It's hard to put guys in places when that ball just doesn't go in. And tonight wasn't our night, and we'll shoot the ball better next time we play, and we'll try to go get 20 offensive rebounds again if we miss that many.
I guess when threes aren't falling, is there an adjustment players need to make, or just to the offense in general, just to maybe counteract that somehow?
I mean, let's see, we got 12 looks for Georgie, we got 10 shots for Kofi, we were 5 of 22 from our bigs. Now again, Georgie took a couple threes, which we knew we would have to take, but gosh, I mean, I think we had a lot of points in the paint. That's why we're number 2 in the league in field goal percentage. But you can't go out there and make them. Give their defense a ton of credit. But you know, it's like Tom said. They had the same game against Duke. You know, they can make a shot. And you have those nights, and tonight was our night.
Coach, big picture, you like the fight and the talent that you've got here to work with in terms of, you know, looking at this where your program is right now?
Yeah, you know, I mean, you know, you got a guy that's, you know, we're number 1 in the country in rebounding. We're still a very young team on paper. You've got you know, a guy in Iowa who's continuing to get better. I mean, Alan Griffin is growing into a terrific player. He's only a sophomore. You know, you got Trent Frazier who had a tough night shooting, but is terrific. So I feel great about where we're going. Georgie's been, you know, proven he can be an all Big Ten caliber player. So I love our recruiting class and where we continue to grow and add pieces there. So Andre Cabello, last 2 tournaments he's been in, has been MVP in both of them and playing himself into a McDonald's All-American nomination. So yeah, I love where we're going.
Continuing with the youth theme, I assume when you see Georgie have 3 turnovers because he's trying to feed Kofi, and people complain about that on social media, I think what you're probably looking at is they're learning their timing against top defenses, and it doesn't bother you as much.
Well, I have no idea what happens on social media because I'm not on it, but I'll take your word for that, you know, somebody's got to have something to complain about on social media. So Georgie's also one of our top assist guys, and he's going to have a couple turnovers a game. I think on paper, Spencer Tillman averages close to 3 turnovers a game, which is the same as Georgie. Wonder if their fans are, you know, but so I have no idea what you're talking about, but anyway, Georgie's a heck of a player, I know that.